It's Week 13 of the National Football League, and we'll see Bijan Robinson. He'll be a focal point of his offense this week. It's the Falcons and the Chargers, and it's coming up next.
First opened in 2017. Here's a look inside the one-of-a-kind setting for football. That is Mercedes-Benz Stadium here in Atlanta, the home of the Falcons. We thank you for having us in. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson, 3 months in the books. Partner, now it's December. It's the best month of the NFL season because the games get more important as the weather gets a little bit colder.
And this is where you find out who the real teams are and who the pretenders are. Do you find yourself not only in the playoff conversation, but can you now play good enough ball down the stretch to not only be in the conversation, but actually find yourself in the postseason?
Set for football. The crowd is definitely ready. So are we. Off we go on EA Sports. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Falcons set to take over here on offense. They'll be led out by the lefty from the University of Washington. It's Michael Penix.
You hear people talk about it all the time, and it's especially true, Mike, for young rookie quarterbacks, is just the speed of the game. They had a lot of success in college. They were probably the best player on their team, but just everything is faster. Everything happens with a little more urgency. The quarterbacks at the young age that can make that transition the quickest, everything else then tends to slow down.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Another run here for Robinson. He'll work forward for a couple. Junior Colson there to make the stop. They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. Taking off, he'll try to get there. They get an even 20 on that one. It's good for a Falcon 1st down.
And that just can't happen. 3rd and long, just understand, contain the ball, rally tackle, just get the ball carrier on the ground. Not only not able to get to him inside the pocket, he's able to extend the play with his legs and pick up a huge, long 1st down.
On 1st and 10, it's Penix. There's Kyle Pitts with the grab. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. To throw is Penix. He's got this to Bijan Robinson. And nice work there after the catch. He's a little short of a 1st down after a gain of 7. 7th play of this opening drive. And here's 3rd down. And that call will not get it done. The defense ready, stopping him behind the line of scrimmage. And it sets up 4th down.
This is one of those down and distances where the offense really could either run or pass, but give credit to the defense. They sold out to stop the run, and boy, were they right. They take them down for a loss.
Patterson's kick is good. And the Falcons will take a 3-0 lead.
And that's a good drive right out of the gate. They're able to make some plays, move the ball down the field. I know they didn't get a touchdown, but that is a good, positive result.
He fields it at the 8. Now an opening past the 30. And this will wind up working out well. He's going to take it up to the 40-yard line. Good return. The Chargers led out by Justin Herbert in his 5th season now, Greg, as the Charger QB, a guy we saw win the Offensive Rookie of the Year in 2020.
One of the best parts of the week, Mike, is when we have an opportunity to sit down and visit with these guys during the production meetings. And the thing that we both came away with was, while he was happy with the overall performance of his team, a week ago, you could tell that lone interception left a bit of a bad taste in his mouth. He called that errant pass unacceptable. He doesn't plan on having too many of those in this one, and look for him to be a little bit more careful with the ball as he tries to get his team to another victory here today.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Opening carry of the game, it's J.K. Dobbins. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's a 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's Herbert. To the right side and hauled in by McConkey.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
The defense could not bring him down. It's a catch and run of 22 yards.
Well, the run after catch is certainly nice, and they're definitely going to take it. But watch the savviness of the route running. Certain guys just have a better feel for running these slant routes than others, and it's a nice result.
They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. They'll send the tight end in motion right. Play clock has expired. We're not going to get this one off on
Delay
top.
of game, offense. Still first down.
Now Herbert on the bootleg. He's got the connection there. It's Joshua Palmer.
How fast things can flip. You find yourself in 1st and a mile after taking a penalty on 1st down. But that chunk play there in the passing game now gets them back in sequence with the chains and brings up a more manageable 2nd down.
And the Chargers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on set.
And he'll take it on in. Quentin Johnston. Touchdown Chargers. His 6th touchdown now for the season. Cameron Dicker, the kicker for the extra point. He's got it. And the Chargers move out to a 7-3 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. Avery Williams on the return. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. The Falcons offense and Michael Penix getting ready for their next possession. And he's been a real threat in the red zone and beyond. Take a look at the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns by a quarterback. The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. From the gun, it's Penix. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him. Khalil Mack, 3-time All-Pro. In there to bag another one.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. From the gun, here is Penix. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
Fair catch will be taken here. It is right at the 40-yard line. The Chargers offense ready for their second possession. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Herbert. That one complete to Johnston. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Now it's Dobbins. That's powerful running. Lowers the shoulder and picks up 4. Here's 2nd and 6. Pistol here for Herbert. He's going to air this one out. That's in the end zone and intercepted. That's the safety, Jesse Bates.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's position. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now. They get set to take over once more. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. And the D closes quickly. He's stopped after a gain of a yard. Derwin James, the former All-Pro, in on the tackle. Now Penix to throw on 2nd down. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
Now Penix on 3rd and long. And he'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the 1st down. So it's going to bring up 4th down.
Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough 3rd down situation, and now it brings up 4th down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
So now here comes the Chargers as they get set to take over once more. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. This one complete to Palmer. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. They'll give it to Dobbins. He'll push forward for about a yard. Hayden Ellis in on that stop. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Out of the gun, here's Herbert. Open man is the tight end Disley. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play in this opening quarter. 1 quarter in the books. The Chargers out to the early lead. Greg and I back in Atlanta after this. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Herbert to throw. Looking middle, and he'll get it complete to McConkey. And he's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. They'll run it with Dobbins out of the pistol. And he will have the first down. Not a huge run, but enough to move the chains. Now it's Herbert. A dive and a catch. Incredible. They're locked in on this drive. Second connection for that pair. This one gaining 22.
And that's what you call being fearless, going over the middle. That's not everybody's cup of tea in this league, Mike. Some guys love to operate outside the numbers, and some guys understand their role is in the middle of the field. And not only to make that catch, but to do it laying out. It's a big-time play to secure that one.
2nd down and 8. Now, Herbert. And he does a nice job to avoid the initial wave. They're going to get him down behind the line.
That last sack is exactly why defensive coaches preach over and over. Just play the next down. Just continue to make them snap the ball again. You're one big defensive play from changing everything about this drive. And what once looked like a promising drive, following that sack, it's a little bit different now. I like the idea of taking your shot there on 3rd down, pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings up 4th down, you're already this close. You're in field goal range, but do you keep that offense on the field and try to maintain possession and see if you can come away with 6? It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
Ray McLeod on the return. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Falcons offense getting set to get back to work. Just the lone field goal for them so far. Down 10-3 in this one. And they'll start 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Robinson. Can he get away? No! He's taken down behind the line. Good job by the defense with a negative play.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
And they'll stop it. At least it's an improvement over the last play. They're not losing yardage, but it didn't gain any here. And now it's going to be 3rd down. Now Penix. Now a screen going to be set up for Robinson. And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the first. So it'll bring up 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he is on to punt for Atlanta. A fair catch called and taken right at the 30-yard line. The Chargers offense make their way out to take over once more. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. On the ground, here's Dobbins. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Tight end going in motion here. Throwing, Herbert. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. To throw, it's Herbert. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down. Play action now. It's Herbert. Now he'll swing it out to his fullback. They'll try to use that size to push forward, but it's not going to work. Defense strong up front. They're going to get him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Really nice job defensively. They were all over that from the jump. Initially, I thought he was going to break away and pick up something positive, but at the end of it all, he ended up going backwards.
There is his tight end, Disley. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot. Here's 3rd and 2. Here's Dobbins. And he is going to have the Chargers first down by a couple of yards. We'll give him 4 yards. It was 3rd and 2 as they convert. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Here's 1st and 10. A first carry for Gus Edwards. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. Here's Herbert. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Herbert. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
Herbert now on 1st down. That's going to be intercepted. That's the safety, Jesse Bates. And the Falcons will take over at their own 14-yard line.
When you find yourself in this situation, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
The Falcons' offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They'll begin inside their own 15-yard line, so a lot of real estate to cover. It's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. He'll get this to the former Bear, Darnell Mooney. And he's close to a first down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down. 2nd and a yard. On the handoff, it's Robinson. And this will be a Falcons first down as he gets this one up past the 30.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. 2nd and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. They face 2nd down and 7. They'll go again with Robinson. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line.
Up until that run, this first half, it's kind of been tough sledding here for this run game. They'd love to see him get going. That last big pickup's going to go a long way.
On 1st down, right back to Robinson. Not much there, maybe a yard. 2 minutes remain here in this first half. Greg and I back to Atlanta in a moment. Here's 2nd and 9. Play action. It's Penix. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
Rookie from Washington on target with that one. It is a first down. Now he'll run it. And the rookie gives himself up there at the end. That's a sign of a guy who's learned it quick, picking up the first down. Give him 16 there and a first down. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Now, this looks like a design run, and he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. Now a timeout, Atlanta. That's their first. Clock stops with a little under a minute to go in this second quarter. Trying to keep a drive alive, going to have to convert on 3rd and 9. And that is incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. The question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out? And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Chargers offense going to see what they can do in the final minute of this first half. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Herbert. That'll be taken in by Edwards. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Throwing now is Herbert. He connects with Disley. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch. Great example of 1st down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly 2nd down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Herbert to the air again. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Certainly not one of his better throws, but what I've loved out of this quarterback today, Mike, was just how aggressive he's remained throughout the entire course of the game. Continue to push the ball downfield. Even if it falls incomplete, it opens up everything else in this passing game, and they've had their way so far today. A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
3 tight ends in the game to start the drive. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. Not much happening there, just a short game. So we hit halftime, and the visiting Chargers are on top, as we'll send you down to Orlando now, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll get things started up at Ford Field in Detroit. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. Jared Goff leading the way there as the win gets his guys back to 500 on the year. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And they were losers in that one to the visiting New York Giants. Devin Singletary, a touchdown run in the victory. Finally, let's get right to the center of the U.S. map and check in on the Chiefs at home in Kansas City. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Raiders. Patrick Mahomes leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. These two teams leaving the tunnel, and we'll head out with them. It's time to send it back over to Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Coach, thanks. This one's still anyone's game. We'll see who can come out with the hot hand in this second half. About to get started. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Chargers offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. We'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. The drive starts with a carry by Edwards. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
This is where you have to be careful, Mike. You find yourself winning in the second half. Human instinct says, all right, let's just sit on the ball and protect the lead and let the clock run out. You can't do that. Stay aggressive. Do what got you here. Continue to mix the run with the pass. Keep your foot on the gas and try to extend this lead.
Running with authority. Pushes his way forward for a pickup of 6. Now Herbert. That one into the hands of Smart. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they take it to the 20-yard line with that one. It's a big one for the Chargers. 35 yards.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Edwards now on 1st and 10. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Again, it's Edwards. And the Chargers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. He's out of bounds right around the 5-yard line. That's good for 11 and a 1st down. 5 yards from the house. They've got it 1st and goal. Shotgun now for Herbert. A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free and gains nothing. Another one from the 5, 2nd down and goal. To throw is Herbert. That is caught. And he's in. Joshua Palmer. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Point after now from Dicker. His kick is good. And the Chargers are able to extend the lead. It's now 17-6.
Falcons 6.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Williams now to return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Falcons offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. And flags come out. That's batted down. It's incomplete. But it looked like early contact. Let's check the call. And they'll run out of the gun. Here comes Robinson. Just a short pickup down inside the 30.
2 yards on the tackle. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the Chargers 29-yard
We'll go play action now with Penix. He's going to run it. And he's going to slide to a stop and avoid the contact. But since he started there, he's still shy of the first down. Now a 3rd and 2. Pitts is the man in motion. They'll try to run for it with Robinson. And he's going to have a Falcons first down. Defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain on 3rd and 2.
First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
From the gun, it's Penix. To the right, that's Pitts.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes.
Under pressure, and now he's going to go down, back at the 8-yard line.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. This defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
He was brought down at the 8-yard line. It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 4th down and 1.
So instead of going for the first down, in comes the field goal unit. Bit of a surprise here. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Falcons are able to get it back within a score. So the mistake there, the roughing call on the field goal, they'll take the 3 points off the board, keep possession of the ball, and have it first down. They'll run with Robinson. And he'll plunge forward to the 2, setting up 2nd and goal. The ball a little closer now. It is 2nd and goal. On play action, Penix. And this throw out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. From the 2-yard line yet again, what can they do on 3rd and goal? That'll be intercepted. And the Chargers have excellent field position as they take over right at midfield.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But, boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
Justin Herbert back out there. He and the Chargers getting set to go once more. And he has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. 1st and 10. Give for Edwards running right. Strong running there. Pushing his way forward to gain a couple. Out of the gun, here's Herbert. He's going to keep it himself.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
This throw taken in by Hurst. And he will have the first down. He caught it short of the line to gain, but knows right where that marker is, and he's able to pick up that first down.
So on these play calls, Mike, on 3rd and inches, typically how it goes is we're going to try to take a shot, Then there's a medium zone option. And then the last resort is just pick up the first down with something underneath and get that fresh set of downs. So in this case, he settles for the underneath throw, but it's still enough to pick up the first down.
Now it's Herbert. He's got it at about the 8. And he will get into the end zone. Hayden Hurst. Touchdown, L.A.
Just a beautiful ball there by the quarterback. And the point I want to make here, Mike, and make sure the viewer understands is, in the NFL, if you have to wait for a guy to be open and then deliver the ball, it's too late. So often these quarterbacks throw their guy open. They anticipate where the void in the coverage is going to be. That's exactly the reason this play worked out here, Mike, and he's able to connect here for a big touchdown.
Makes the score Chargers 24, Falcons 6.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return, it's Williams. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. Here's Bijan Robinson, and the Falcon offense set for their next drive. And really, he has not produced a whole lot of highlights as we thought about coming in that he could be a featured back in this one. Instead, no running lanes, no room to operate, stuck at the line of scrimmage, and generally taking this offense out of its flow. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly
the pressure, too much, and he goes down.
This has been a tough sequence right out of the jump. You work all week on your opening script, and they're usually the plays that you feel the best about to try to establish some sort of early rhythm, but through 2 plays, run and pass, all they've done is go backwards.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Here's Penix. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. The Falcons send their punting unit out, as he'll take this a yard or 2 into his own end zone. And he's going to make a fair catch just beyond his own 40-yard line. The visitors' offense and Justin Herbert getting set for this next drive. And this defense has really had their way so far, intercepting him twice, forced into a number of bad throws, and generally the D has just made it tough to operate all game long. They'll break the huddle, coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll run to begin this drive. It's Edwards, and he surges forward for a gain of about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They run once more with Edwards. And he's close to the first down. Gets 4 yards on the gain, but it will bring up 3rd down. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. Now Herbert. He gets this one complete to Johnston.
It's a gain of 6. First down, Chargers.
So, 3 quarters now in the books. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. On the give, it's Edwards. And a nice run there on 1st down, getting 8. Setting up 2nd and 2. It's Edwards. And it doesn't appear that he got to that first down marker. They'll only give him a yard, so it'll set up third down. He'll try and run for the first down with Edwards. And he'll have the first down at the 26. So good job on the ground to keep this drive rolling.
First down, Chargers.
They'll send their tight end left. They will not get this one off. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game, offense. Still first down.
From the gun, give to Edwards. Not much. Second and long coming up.
Brings up second and 14.
To throw, it's Herbert. And for a third time today, he's intercepted. Picked off by Caden Ellis.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see, can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
The home team's offense back onto the field for their next possession. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to...
And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
Work to do now as they come up on second and long. From the gun, here is Penix. That's the tight end, Pitts. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down. From the gun on third down, here's Penix. You'll get this to Pitts once more. And he'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the first down. So it's going to bring up fourth down. They'll try to throw it with Penix. Now, deep ball for London.
You find yourself down big. It's the fourth quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. Herbert. Oh, the struggles continue. Another interception. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And he's going to bring this one back the distance. Touchdown, Falcons. You talk about the opportune time. The defense helps close the gap. A huge play to make this one a closer game.
Yeah, and anytime you find yourself trailing in the second half, Mike, you're looking for that spark. And boy, did the defense provide it. Not only creating the turnover, they take it back for 6, and they get themselves right back into this game.
Extra point by Patterson is good. And the Falcons are able to edge a bit closer. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Here's Darius Davis to return it. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
It's a gain of 10 yards. First down, L.A.
First down, Los Angeles.
They'll go back to Edwards on first down. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's second down. Throwing, Herbert. The open man is Johnston. He's got it. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line. Pistol here for Herbert. There is his tight end, Disley. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. From the gun, it's Herbert. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down. Throwing again, Herbert. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. Here's first and 10. Play action now. It's Herbert. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. Herbert makes the read, decides to hang on. And that will get him back on schedule. Good pickup of 7, sets up 3rd and 3. On third down, here's Edwards. And he's got nowhere to go. The defensive front controlling the line of scrimmage there. And that is going to bring up 4th down.
Heck of an effort by this runner, Mike, just to get back to the line of scrimmage. I think most backs around the league, that play would have resulted in a loss, but not this guy. Continued to fight, continued to do everything he could to prevent the loss, but it still stopped for no gain.
Here's Cameron Dicker now on for the field goal. This just a little more than a chip shot. 32-yard attempt. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Chargers add on to their lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. The Falcons offense ready to take over possession of the football. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with first and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. That's thrown right side, but incomplete. Trying to get it to Kyle Pitts. And it'll be second down. Throwing is Penix. That one intercepted. Picked off by Christian Fulton. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
think you chalk this one up, Mike, to just a rookie mistake. And anytime you have a young signal caller behind center, you're going to have to deal with some of these ups and downs. Every once in a while, they're just not going to see the coverage. They're going to get baited into making a bad throw. That's kind of par for the course. The key is, how fast can these rookie quarterbacks turn the page, move on, and not make the same mistake again?
On first down, Herbert. Looking middle, and he'll get it complete to McConkey. And he'll be taken down.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that anytime a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. We just saw a great example of it here.
They need 6 for the touchdown. Second and goal. Again, it'll be Edwards. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. Good job so far by the defense protecting the short field. Now it's third and goal. They'll try and run. Edwards trying to reach for the goal line, but he's going to come up just short. Wow, that's going to set up fourth down. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Chargers will extend their lead.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
The home team's offense ready for this next possession. The deficit is 17, so they got to start cutting into it soon. See if it starts here. First and 10. Back to throw. Here's Penix. Open man, he's got it. It's London. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. Throwing now, Penix on first down. Whoa. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Falcons go ahead and take their second timeout. They'll get it with still 1:20 left to go in the game. Second down and 3. From the gun, it's Penix. Throw over the middle, caught by London. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Over the middle, that's his tight end, Pitts. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. Throwing again, it's Penix. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down.
That's another Falcons first down. First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Penix going to throw again. That one is caught by Mooney. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. Again, it's Penix. And this is going to be a touchdown. It's too little too late. They do get a bit closer as they score here in the final minute of play. Tight spaces down there. Things happen quick. Greg, a quick decision and great execution for the score.
You're exactly right, Mike. Down here this close to the goal line, everybody's clock has to speed up. Not only the quarterback processing to get the ball out of his hand, but you have to win as a receiver quickly and give the quarterback somewhere to go with the ball. It was that quickness at the line of scrimmage that led to that touchdown.
The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
Well, we knew, Mike, this was going to take a miracle. All they needed to do was recover this, score, recover another one, score again. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen, and this game's all but over.
The Chargers offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. So it's a win for the visiting Chargers. And it is their third consecutive victory. They continue to play great football here in this latest stretch. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. So long, everybody.